Okay, everyone, I really hate getting up early in the morning. For school, I just want to sleep in. But no, I have to wake up early for school in the morning. I really hate waking up at 6:30 in the morning just to go to school. I real I really hate that. But when I was in middle school, it was worse because I had to wake up at 6 in the morning for a 7 o'clock a.m. bus. My middle school started at the worst time. It started at 7:30 in the morning. That is way too early to start school. And I really hated going on the bus in the dark back then. But luckily, in high school, I get to sleep in a little bit. Luckily, high school starts at 8:10, which is better than 7:30. I like school, but the only things I don't like about school is getting up early in the morning and having to deal with this fire alarm going off once a month for a fire drill, which we all know we need these drills for safety, but we already know what to do. And for the past 2 years, it was the masks. But luckily, we got that out of the equation. I really hate waking up early in the morning. In middle school, I had to wake up extra early. Elementary school was great I can because I could sleep in later because elementary school didn't start until later. That was one advantage of elementary school is I didn't have to wake up early in the morning. But once elementary school ended, I had to wake up very early in the morning to go to school for the past 5 years. The past 5 school years. But luckily, for the past two, I got to sleep in a little bit later because school was online because of the pandemic. That was one advantage of the pandemic, is that I got to sleep in later. But other than that, the pandemic was boring. It was boring being in my house all day with nothing to do. It was boring being in my neighborhood, not leaving my neighborhood for months on end. It was boring. But luckily, during the summer, I have a swimming pool in the backyard, especially at that time, and luckily, I have a bigger sized house. So it wasn't a big deal for me, but for those of you that live in a smaller house, it was boring. Really boring. I really hated my middle school years because I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 in the morning in the wintertime, that is still ridiculously dark outside the window. A lot of you hated that. A lot of you students and the parents, and also the parents hated sending their kids on the bus in the dark. But if we have permanent daylight saving time next fall 2023, then kids are going to have to be at dark bus stops during the winter. Really dark bus stops in the morning just to get an extra hour of daylight in the evening. And it's going to be more dangerous on the roads in the morning when this permanent daylight saving goes into effect next year. November of 2023. Like, come on. I cannot stand waking up early in the morning, especially in the winter when it's pitch black outside my window, and especially when it's very cold outside. I just want to be in my nice warm bed, but I have to wake up and stand out at a freezing cold bus stop in the winter just to go to school. That is the consequence of living in climates like this. Oh, the further north you go, it is far worse. Kids are standing out in bus stops in temperatures that are well below 0 degrees Fahrenheit during the winter time, and in the dark bus stops. Oh, in Alaska, kids are going to school in the dark and are coming home in the dark. No daylight, 24-hour darkness. I cannot stand areas that have 24-hour darkness. During the winter. But the good news is that those areas get all day daylight during the summer. Those same areas that go dark 24/7 during the winter goes light 24/7 during the summer. But the problem with that is that it's hard for people to sleep. So that is why there are blackout shades in the Arctic and in Antarctica during the midnight sun. I cannot stand waking up early in the morning and tomorrow back to school and I have to wake up early in the morning. Luckily, not as early as I did back in middle school. Bye.